Out in front of the field, he won his second pole yesterday. Ty Gibbs brings him to the green flag. We're underway. And now rocketing down the front stretch into turn one. They all stay 2 by 2. Peeking out just a bit there is Ross Chastain.
Yeah, a bit surprising. Very much more organized than we've seen here in the past. Maybe not so much in the back half, as now we see 3 wide trying to get figured out off of turn 1.
Everybody gets through that first turn, and now they head toward the tunnel turn. There's a tunnel underneath turn 2, and it is rough. Side by side for the lead still through turn 2.
Really nice job by the 54 and the 24. Pretty difficult to run 2 wide through turn 2. They did it successfully. Now we'll see if that 54 of Ty Gibbs can use that top lane to maybe carry the momentum down this extremely long front stretch, really the second longest, and he does. He clears the 24 and then swerves down to try to get away from that draft.
Not going to give the 24 any help, and so he clears the 24. And here comes Martin Truex Jr. A lot of people have had Martin Truex Jr. on the top of their list as far as favorites coming into this race.
He led every category I look at. When you look at 5-lap, 10-lap average, long run speed, I mean, he had everything you want out of your car in practice. But that was yesterday. We saw heavy rains this morning. We'll have watched the rubber off the racetrack. And just how much different will it be after the Xfinity Series race? So it always seems to be just a little different on Sunday.
Field lining up now as they follow after Ty Gibbs. Gibbs still looking for his first ever win at the highest level after winning a championship a couple of years back in the Xfinity Series. Still waiting to break into victory lane here at this level. But pulling away easily now from William Byron and Martin Truex Jr., who have a fight for second on. Comes Christopher Bell in the 20. That's the battle for second. Parker.
Well, Rick, you mentioned Ty Gibbs looking for his first win. I actually talked to him about that just before the race here today, and I said, when you have a car as fast as you had in qualifying and you put on a performance like that, do you even think about the idea of winning one of these races? He said, no, I can't. He goes, I don't want to drive myself crazy trying to think about all the things I can't control. I think about my performance and what I can control. I know if I'm at my best, my 10/10s, then everything should be able to work out and find ourselves in victory lane. He said, that's exactly how I tackled in Xfinity, and that's how I plan to tackle it here in Cup. Early start here looking really good at the front.
Peeking out the 9 of Chase Elliott. Just a few cars getting out of line. For the most part staying in line, as we see on the BuildSubmarines.com onboard of Chris Buescher, following after teammate and team owner Brad Keselowski in front of him in the 6.
The straightaway connecting turns 1 to turn 2. This turn 2, it looks pretty benign, but I'm going to tell you, when you go around here in the pace car, you're basically heading at a 90-degree corner. That tunnel corner. Oh, you see here Joey Logano out of the gas over that bump. You talk about how rough it was, Rick. The 22 did not handle the bump as Joey had hoped it would.
And that turn 2 is patterned after Indy. So the racetrack we're going to next week, they're getting a little bit of experience here through turn 2 at Pocono.
The difference is, in the middle of all 4 corners of Indy, there's not a big bump. That makes that, I'm not going to say easier, but just a little bit more predictable. Right here we see Kyle Busch, remember, had to start in the back after mechanical issues on the 8 this morning. They repaired. A big moment off from turn 3. Let's ride on board and just watch this correction. And that was kind of late, but it's going to continue to hurt him all the way down the straightaway.